Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Norristown High School. My name is Joseph Hyland, and along with Bob Koch, we'll be bringing you tonight's game between the Norristown Eagles and the Methacton Warriors. Methacton is a disappointing 3-13. They're coached by Mark Yanchik, now in his 25th year at Methacton. You might want to call this the Battle of Western Germantown Pike, Methacton being just up the road here from Norristown High School. Methacton will be without its 6'4" center, James Torrance, who was injured, slightly injured in practice and will be missing a couple of games. According to the coach, he suffered a sprained ankle in practice. Also, according to Coach Yanchik, the Warriors are struggling in all aspects of the game, especially shooting. They can't seem to put the ball in the basket. Methacton will be starting four underclassmen, the only senior being Jason Ademic. In tonight's game, we'll be seeing one of the best all-round athletes in the area in Jason Ademic. As local sports fans know, he was a 3,000-yard running back in football, and as we'll be discussing later in the broadcast, he is also a very, very good baseball player. Probably one of only two legitimate Division I prospects in baseball in the area. It'll be interesting to see if Methacton can keep up with the Eagles' superior athleticism and their superior speed. And now to bring you a brief update on the Norristown Eagles, I'm going to turn it over to my broadcasting colleague, Bob Koch.
This could be a pretty tough night for Methacton. Losing their center and with a record of 3-13, it promises to, I think, to be a very difficult night for them. With Norristown's athleticism, as Joe alluded to, with their full court pressure, with their transition game, and lately they've been shooting much better as a team. They're working the ball inside a lot better. This could be a high-scoring game for Norristown, assuming that they're able to continue that progression and avoid the mistakes. As they develop their game plan for the next couple of weeks, I would think this is the kind of game that you really focus on the transition, the press, working the ball inside, and execution at the foul line, which has been a problem the last couple of weeks. So this could be a game that could be a lot of fun for some individual players and sustain that momentum that they have. They're currently above 500, and this is the kind of game that you have to play above and continue to play above, and not worry about playing down to the level or worry about the record of your opponent.
All right, fans, so settle back, enjoy the game. We'll be back for the starting lineups in just a moment. Welcome back to the Norristown High School Gymnasium. We're about to introduce the starting lineups for the Methacton Warriors and the Norristown Eagles. I'm Joe Hyland, along with Bob Koch, to bring you the action here tonight. Now the starting lineups.
The Warriors of Methacton and the Eagles of Norristown. Now at this time, I will announce the starting lineups. For Methacton, number 3, Jason Ademic.
This is Jason Ademic. He is a guard, a senior, the only starting senior. Number 12 is Greg Cass, a sophomore. Scott Boyle is a junior forward at 6'1".
Number 34, John Hanrahan.
Number 34 is John Hanrahan, a sophomore forward. And Rick Etheridge, number 42, is a junior forward. So Methacton will be starting a relatively young squad, again with Jason Ademic being the only senior. Now for the Eagles of Norristown.
And now for the Eagles, Jamal Alford, number 3.
Number 3 is Jamal Alford, the lead guard for the Eagles.
4, Marvito Christie. Number 10, Darnell Gowdy.
Number 4, Averito Christie. Number 10 is the Eagles' leading scorer, Darnell Gowdy. Number 15, Terry Pearson, a hustling forward. And number 52, the big guy, the big fella in the middle, number 52, Charles Bronson. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
At this time, I would ask that everyone would rise to play in the national anthem.
We know when he'll be standing now.
It better be. Bob, any thoughts about tonight's game?
As I indicated previously, I think Norristown will look to do a lot of scoring early. They'll run the court, and as I'm watching Methacton warm up, they're missing some shots, so this could be a tough night for them. They're a small team too. They're small, and they don't, size-wise, both in height and width, they just seem to be a very small team.
What you're saying sort of G's with what the coach told me in his pregame talk, that Methacton's having a lot of trouble putting the ball in the basket.
It's going to get a lot tougher tonight, Joe.
Jump it up! Jump it up, Eagles! Jump it up! Jump it up, Eagles! Jump it up!
Pearson and Etheridge jumping center.
Jump it up, Eagles! Jump it up! Jump it up, Eagles! Jump it up!
Eagles moving from left to right. Tap control by Norristown. Alford on the right wing. Christie, top of the key. Gowdy, right side. Strong rebound by Bronson. Norristown in a man-to-man. Half-court man-to-man. Methacton looking to work the ball inside. Etheridge in the right corner. Here's Adamick. Hanrahan, jumper from the corner. Nice shot.
It's a nice shot with pressure, with hand in his face. See, you just don't want to see that. Methacton's in a 2-1-2. It's not an aggressive 2-1-2. Guards have to make the penetration, make the good pass. We go lateral in the pass, and communication problem there.
2 apiece early in the first quarter. Boyle looking to shoot. Adamick, foul by Alford.
A surprise too in the first possession. Norristown wasn't out pressing full court after the score.
Does that surprise you?
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought they would go after him right from the get-go, and they went back into the man-to-man in a half-court set.
Etheridge follows his shot. John Hanrahan, I'm sorry. Hanrahan with a nice bucket. Bronson inside. Almost looked too easy, Bob.
Well, that would certainly be a game plan the rest of the night because he's taken 3 shots, made 2 of them, and no one, they're playing way underneath him.
Here come the Eagles on the break. Christie to Gowdy. Inside to Bronson. Bronson, 6 points. Bronson has all 3 Norristown buckets. Here comes a steal. Gowdy on the drive. Missed the cripple. Here comes Methacton.
See, you just don't want to see that, Joe. The big man fouls him on the jump shot. You don't want to do that.
Here's John Hanrahan on the line, sophomore number 34.
You'd like to see Norristown score off of that previous break, but it seemed like a little too much playing with the ball going up in the air instead of going up strong and finishing it.
Hanrahan made them both. Here comes Norristown. Game tied at 6, 5:22 to play. First quarter. Norristown showing some patience. Looking for Bronson in the inside. Here comes Ademic.
See what I'm picking up on that, Joe. There was all the passes were lateral passes. None of the guards made a gap penetration, tried to split the seams to make Methacton play. They got it into Pearson at the high post, but didn't even square to the basket. He's got to turn and look and make the defense play legit.
Here's a foul on the floor.
It's so important for the point guard to get that penetration and make a 1 versus 2 setup. He's got to make the 2 top defensive players play that person and make it a 4-on-3 offense-defense.
Christie inbounding the ball.
See what we do on this.
There's a steal by Methacton. Jump ball, possession arrow favors Methacton.
I think Methacton has to be very happy with 4 minutes into the first period, and it's an 8-6 lead for Methacton.
That's right. Yeah, I agree with you, Bob. I'm surprised that Norristown hasn't come out in a full court frantic press.
He's in trouble. He's in trouble.
Nice save. Nice save by Gowdy. Gowdy made a nice defensive play and saved the ball. Penetrated, Bob, but he didn't make the hook on the pass.
The pass was there. He didn't catch it.
Yep.
See, just all the more reason I think for Norristown to press now, because the last 2 possessions, Methacton's turned it over in a non-pressing situation. It's been sloppy passes. I think right now, Norristown should go right after him, pick up the tempo.
Bronson with his 4th basket. He's got all of the Eagles' points.
See, that's the 3rd straight possession, Joe, that Methacton's turned it over without any traps.
Into the game for Norristown is number 11, their spark plug, Gabe Arizari. Also number 30, Ken Smith, who has really come on the last 3 games. Pearson out of the game. Backcourt will be Christie and Arizari.
I think things will pick up now, Joe. And you know what you want there, Joe? Each time you make that pass to the wing, you want to make sure you're penetrating as a player. The rule of thumb is that if you make a pass to the right side wing, the guard at the top has to get the ball on the other side of that midpoint line. Otherwise, you don't reverse, you don't put it on the same side a second time because the defense hasn't stretched out.
Here's a steal by Arizari.
And see, there's an example. There's penetration. What happened? Gets the ball inside, gives a fake. He almost scored, and he's fouled. I'd like to see Norristown go right after him, go inside, look to penetrate, and make those two top defensive players play the ball. I loved it when teams would not penetrate. It makes the job so much easier. You're playing one-on-one instead of forcing the defense to play 1 versus 2.
Mm-hmm. Into the game for Methacton is Andy Jennings. Ken Smith makes 1 of 2 shots. Norristown 9, Methacton 8. Little under 3 minutes to play. Norristown's becoming a little bit more aggressive defensively. Here comes Arizari. Smith with a tough offensive rebound and a putback. Nice play by Smith.
He's so quick and so vertical.
Yep. Nice play by Smitty. Here come the Eagles. Here comes Arizari.
He's in trouble, and the numbers are really good for Norristown here. But Norristown still has not scored from the outside.
Yes, no, you're right.
Not that they have to. If you can keep working inside, and the 2 players they have, keep working them.
Nice drive by Christie.
There you go. There you go. Lead's starting to open up. 5-point spread.
Methacton timeout. 1 minute 47 seconds left. Norristown 13. Methacton 8.
30-second timeout. Methacton.
I think you'll see Norristown put a lot more pressure on the next couple minutes. Put it on in the backcourt and continue to work the ball inside. There is such an advantage there. Methacton's thinking about getting up, and the Norristown players are up and down the first, second time.
And if Methacton collapses to control Bronson, that opens up the jump shots for Gowdy, right?
It opens up the jump shot, and certainly Norristown has the perimeter players to do it, but I still think one of the offensive keys is that the guards, the 1 and 2, have to penetrate, and everything is right side, Joe. Almost all the passes, they're doing a pass chart.